CC3 Duty of Care in Adult Social Care with the World of Work for WOW Homecare employees. Understand duty of care, duty of candour and individual rights. Define what is meant by duty of care. Duty of care refers to the legal and moral obligation of care workers to act in the best interests of individuals, ensuring their safety and well-being while avoiding harm. For example, a care worker ensures that a service user with mobility issues uses a hoist for transfers rather than attempting to move independently, reducing the risk of falls. Duty of candour. Duty of candour is a legal requirement for honesty and transparency when something goes wrong in care, especially if it results in harm. For instance, a care worker accidentally administers the wrong medication dose. Instead of hiding the mistake, they immediately report it, ensuring the individual receives appropriate medical attention. The individual's rights. Individuals receiving care have fundamental rights, including the right to be treated with dignity and respect, the right to make choices about their care, and the right to privacy and confidentiality. For example, a service user wishes to go outside daily despite staff concerns about cold weather. The staff respect their right to make this decision while advising them to dress warmly. Describe how duty of care and duty of candour affect own work role. Duty of care ensures safe and appropriate support. It requires reporting concerns about neglect or abuse and involves following policies and procedures to prevent harm. Duty of candour promotes honesty and transparency in care settings. It requires immediate reporting of mistakes to management and families and helps build trust with individuals and their families. For example, a care worker notices a colleague lifting a service user incorrectly, risking injury. They report this to their manager as part of their duty of care to prevent harm. Understand the support available for addressing dilemmas that may arise about duty of care. Discuss dilemmas that may arise between the duty of care and an individual's rights. Common dilemmas include 1. A service user refuses to take their medication. The duty of care requires the care worker to ensure the person takes essential medication, but the individual's right to refuse treatment must also be respected. 2. An individual wants to eat food that is unsuitable for their health condition. The care worker has a duty to promote a balanced diet, but cannot force the person to eat specific foods. 3. A person with dementia insists on leaving the care home alone. Their right to independence conflicts with the duty of care to keep them safe. For example, a man with diabetes insists on eating sugary snacks daily. The care worker educates him on the risks, but ultimately respects his right to make an informed choice. Assess what you must and must not do within your own role in managing conflicts and dilemmas. You must respect individual choices where possible. Seek advice from senior staff when unsure. Document and report concerns. You must not force individuals to comply with care plans. Ignore risks or safety concerns. Make personal decisions for service users without their consent. For example, a care assistant notices a resident frequently skips meals. Instead of forcing them to eat, they report the concern to a senior carer who arranges a nutritional assessment. Identify where to get additional support and advice about how to resolve such dilemmas. Sources of support include line managers or supervisors who provide direct guidance on dilemmas. Organizational policies and procedures offer clear guidelines on care practices. CQC and regulatory bodies set standards for professional care. Professional organizations like Skills for Care and the Social Care Institute for Excellence offer best practice advice. For example, a carer unsure about handling a resident refusing personal care seeks advice from their manager to find an alternative approach. Be able to deal with comments and complaints. Demonstrate how to respond to comments and complaints in line with agreed ways of working and legislation. Steps to respond to complaints. First, listen carefully and remain calm. Next, acknowledge the issue and thank the person for raising it. Then, record the complaint accurately. Follow the organization's complaints procedure. Finally, take action to resolve the issue or escalate if needed. For example, a family member complains that their loved one was not given water at lunchtime. The care worker apologizes, investigates, and reports the issue to ensure proper hydration monitoring. Identify who to ask for advice and support in handling comments and complaints. Sources of support include line managers or supervisors who offer guidance on formal complaints. The HR department handles employment-related grievances. Advocacy services support individuals who need help raising concerns. For example, a care assistant receives a verbal complaint about food quality and seeks advice from their manager on how to respond. Learning from comments and complaints is crucial to improving the quality of service. It helps identify areas for improvement, ensures service users feel heard and valued, and prevents future issues from recurring. For instance, after receiving multiple complaints about slow meal service, the care team introduces a new serving system, improving meal efficiency. Knowing how to respond to incidents, errors, and near misses is essential. Recognizing adverse events, incidents, errors, and near misses is vital. Adverse event, a negative outcome affecting a service user, like a medication error. Incident, an event requiring intervention but not necessarily causing harm, such as aggression from a resident. Error, a mistake made during care, for example, recording incorrect notes. Near miss, an event that almost caused harm but was prevented. For example, a carer forgets to lock a wheelchair brake, but another worker notices before harm occurs. This is a near miss. Assess what you must and must not do in relation to adverse events, incidents, errors, and near misses. You must report immediately. Complete incident reports. Learn from mistakes to improve practice. You must not ignore incidents. Cover up mistakes. Delay reporting. For example, a carer gives a resident the wrong meal. They immediately report it and monitor for allergic reactions. Be able to deal with confrontation and difficult situations. Factors that may cause confrontation: misunderstandings or miscommunication, frustration due to unmet needs, confusion caused by dementia or mental health issues. How communication can reduce confrontation. Use clear, calm language. Listen actively and show empathy. Assess and reduce risks in confrontations. Maintain a safe distance. Call for support if needed. Reporting confrontations. follow incident reporting procedures, recording care notes. For example, a carer diffuses an argument by calmly listening and suggesting a compromise. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to Marifora Giorgio's channel.